Hello everyone, this is Terry from Genkigamingtv, and I'm coming back at you with a Yokai Watch 2019 episode review for episode 18. And I want to start off by saying this episode is probably one of the best episodes we will ever get or receive at this point in time. No, it doesn't really progress much plot or do anything that really amounts to anything truly dynamic plot progression wise, but still it did more than most of the past episodes, to be honest. This episode starts off with Nate being a creepy stalker that he is, staring at Fumi-chan's window, or Katie's window, and when Katie's like, "Oh, hey, do you want to talk about something? I'm getting ready for bed." Yawn. And it turns out Nate wasn't really thinking to talk to her at that particular moment of time, so he killed his own character development. So he's like, did she read my mind? Are things going on? Am I not nearly as brilliant as I think I am? He's like, it must be a yokai. And it turns out to be too much to take. Yes, the blue owl guy with the huge ears. Ear-like wings. So Nate wants to get a little bit of a better understanding of the situation about what Katie thinks, what people around him thinks. So he asks the yokai if he could borrow its superior eavesdropping abilities. No owls or Nates were harmed in the creation of this episode. So he asked, and to our surprise, our friendly neighborhood owl, Jigoku Mimizuku, too much to take, just said, sure, you can have the power to have ASMR in your system 24/7. So he hears what the neighbors think of him. He gets worried about what Katie and her friends think of him, and then he mishears something, because apparently you can mishear a situation with this ability or with this Inspiriting, and it turns out that Keita or Nate is strange, or like they use the hin for weird or for peculiar, and that just kind of breaks Nate's spirit. So Nate goes off into the forest, befriends a tiny snail, but then Whisper and Jibanyan come to the rescue, and everything becomes all better as we transition on to, hey everyone, let's go on vacation. The Nate and Family Edition, brought to you by Hyderabad Incorporated, and by the fact that I forgot to mention Too Much to Take gave the arc to Nate after failing miserably. So they all go on vacation. Nate's mom and dad are as wonderful as ever. I feel like they're the characters who get the most character development other than Jibanyan. I mean, I'm being honest here. Plus, Nate's mom and dad have multiple outfits. That's more than what Nate has. So they hang out, they have a wonderful vacation day, they soak their feet because they're hot. Even Kuma and Kanji come along for the ride, because why not? Even Jibanyan and Whisper show up. After everyone takes a little bit of a nap, Bear's like, I am hungry, or I feel like I could eat, or something along those lines. And of course, everyone else kinda seconds it, but mom and dad are still asleep. So Augusto has a 1-second cameo. Like, if you watch the episode, you'll see Augusto for like a minute or two. That's just Nate getting fired up. Nate summons a couple yokai, BBQville, or VVQ Ville. He's from Yokai Watch 3, and he is the grilled meat master, and he comes equipped with 2 skewers of grilled meat, and he also summons a cutie patootie Banji Kyusu, or Humpty Jumpty. Horrible name, but it works. I'm not complaining about it. Localization did the best that they could possibly do. So they help prepare tons of grilled meat, some broth for a stew or a soup, and then Blazion helps to make a fire, because how else are you going to have a fire in the yokai? Well, in Yokai Watch without having Blazion do it. And then Nate's like, we need fireworks. We need to really firework it, guys. And he's like, you wanna know what? Robonyan F, because normal Robonyan doesn't exist anymore. So Robonyan F shows up and has a white and a bluish colored cannon and is ready to fire. Guess what the ammo is, guys? Whisper and Jibanyan. They are fireworking things out for an amazing display of beautiful, amazing colors. And they even become fireworks themselves. And in the For Koma section, Koma-san proves that he is causing me to lose IQ points consistently, because he decides to draw ice cream. Because why wouldn't a co-main or co-mine do anything else that would amount to anything? So he ends up drawing 4 different ice cream cones, but basing it off of one that melts, and multiple other ice cream cones melt. That's all you really need to know about that. Things continue on, and we get a scene transition to Jibanyan and Tamnyan going to the White House Nyan to meet the president Nyan. And I'm done saying Nyan unless I say Jibanyan's name or Tamnyan's name. But yeah, Jibanyan's president, but Jibanyan and Jibanyan do not get along as well. But they end up working together because Tamnyan says, hey, you guys like chocolate bars, you guys have stuff in common. But Jibanyan is found snacking on choco bars with a happy little super going on. So things continue. Jibanyan has a press conference, because cat presidents always have press conferences. Doesn't go nearly as well as what he thought. So Tamnyan suggests a campaign of reading to toddlers, giving candy to the elderly, and being kind to babies by holding them and hugging them. Of course Jibanyan is skeptical, but instead decides to take choco bars to what I'm gonna call gangsters, to tough yokai. I see Badinyan, I believe it's basically Badinyan, other tough yokai. Gargaros shows up because apparently he is everywhere. And apparently, I just realized he has a friend form, because apparently friend and boss form are different. Yeah, they're slightly different. So yeah, kudos level 5 of drawing his teeth correctly for him to be friend form and not boss form. They reached an agreement, and Jibanyan is in trouble and isn't a very good president after all, so internet cats that are cat memes should not run for office, maybe. Just a thought. Just a wee little bit of an opinion. And then the search for Komami continues, but we viewers are starting to care less and less. The Koma-Bros go to a Koma aquarium where they see fishies and sharks and turtles and sea lions and walruses and they go to a beach queen contest, and they're like, oh, Komami must have been here because there's a pink inner tube that looks like it would belong to her. But they go onto Instagram and see that Komami is actually somewhere else. Koma-Bros, your Komami is in another castle. How do you feel about that, bros? Overall, this episode was not bad. Like I said, this is probably one of the better episodes we will get. I mean, not to say that the others were horrible, but this is by far the most consistent episode, and plus there was no one-chan side, so I'm happy and ecstatic that Nate was able to solve problems like a normal human with yokai buddies. I'm so proud of him, guys, because he's always kind of put stuff off to using one-chan sides. You know him. You've seen him one-chan side for a simple issue. And then we've also seen him one-chan side for situations like Chippy, which he could have simply not needed a one-chan side for. But let that be the case. Apparently, Nate does not approve of ASMR because he doesn't like hearing everything that is wonderful. But all in all, episode was certainly like a low A, but it's the best we'll probably get for a little while, consistency's sake. And plus, the business Jibanyan section is over, so that's kinda good. And like always, guys, have a positive day, and may blessings come your way, because good things are definitely coming for us. This new OG series is improving a little bit at a time. I'm happy we got like a camp family experience in this episode, kind of like the beach experience in the Beach Hime episode. But yeah, like always, thank you so much for all of your support. Bye bye for now.